A lot of people ask about why aren't you doing the Appalachian or the PCT or Continental Divide or something like that, which are all north-south mountainous. And that really wasn't the journey that I wanted. I wanted to walk through towns. I wanted to walk on highways. This book, like I said, inspired me. And then I learned that there's this fairly tight-knit group of people that cross the country. Not many people do it, 10 to 20 a year. And there's a group of us on Facebook. And so everybody who has done it is right there with the people that are doing it right now. Right now there's 8 of us on the road somewhere. And all of the others, hundreds of people that have done it, are all supporting us daily. In fact, the person who's my contact here in Guntersville, his name is Philip. And my friend Lindsay Monroe crossed the U.S. 2 years ago, once by foot, and then she came back on an electric bicycle. And she stayed with Philip. He was her contact here in Guntersville, and then she passed that on to me. And that's just kind of how the community is. And that cross country, that east-west, west-east, it's not a trail. There is no trail. You make it up. And in fact, just this morning I was sitting with Philip at a table and we were figuring out which highway I'm going to take tomorrow. And that's kind of how it goes. You get a rough idea where you're headed, but every day it changes a little bit. On my way here, I was all ready to get here at exactly a certain time and came up to a road closure. So had to detour all the way around that, and on those backcountry roads, that's not easy. The very first thing I learned is that my body was not in line with my heart. My heart was like, go 25 miles a day. My body went, no, you're not going to do that. So I had to adjust to, listen to your body and adjust. And we've had to do that a few times. I had a couple of injuries, and it's just hard to do. I've learned how to, like I said, do laundry on the road and eat food that I'm not used to eating, and a lot more food than I have ever eaten before. I'm not a huge eater, but I am now. We eat a ton of food. And that's hard to do when you're not used to wolfing down 3,000, 4,000 calories a day. And to get that is hard. I've learned to be a pretty good bicycle repairman because this thing does break down quite a bit. And I think the most important thing, though, is that I've learned how to be alone for 8-10 hours a day. And I mean, I'm not entirely alone. I'm very active on social media, and I talk to my mom and dad. I have to call them every day. That was part of the deal. And I've got Wink with me. But, you walk for 8, 9, 10 hours, you're up there in your head a lot. And that's not normal for me. So, but that was kind of part of the reason I wanted to do this journey, was to just get up there and think about some stuff. I would like to thank all the people that have got me this far, because I had a couple of moments where it was touch and go whether I was going to keep going. I think every crosser, in fact every single crosser, thinks of quitting at least once a day. Every day you're presented with something that says you should stop. Like your ankle hurts, your head hurts, or whatever. It's cold, you're lonely, maybe you get a cold, who knows. But once you get that groove after a few weeks, take a few steps and all of that just goes away. Because I've gotten to see things that I would never see. So just a couple of days ago, I was walking on right here in Alabama, and big highway, 4 lanes, great shoulder. So I was happy walking that day. Sun was out, and for about a quarter of a mile, which is a good distance, were just little pieces of toys. So it's not like somebody opened the window and tossed them all out, because they would have been generally close to each other. This was for a long time. Almost like a car was going really slow and a kid was just tossing toys out the window. And this is the first one I came across. I'm like, oh, I like that little Lego guy, and he's got a very mean grimace on his face. And so I picked him up, and then like 10 feet later, I found like 2 legs to a Barbie. And then a few 10 10 feet later was a little T-Rex doll. And this went on for a quarter of a mile. And I have no idea why, but it's things like that that you, when you're walking and you're only going about 2.5, 3 miles an hour, you really see everything. You have time to see everything.
Wow.
And yeah, so I picked him up, and he's sharing with me. This is Eli. Eli was given to me in Aiken, and he's my co-pilot, because Wink's my number one pilot.